Welcome to Between the Lines, the Journeyman's Tales. Good afternoon. Well, I did say the next trip was going to be a bit of a celebration, and I'd booked into the cottage at Cherry Lakes, and indeed here we are. We're all set up, beloved's in the cottage warming up the hot tub. I've got the rods out. I've spoken to the fishery manager Dave, put me on to spots, tells me it's fishing really well, so we'll soon put a stop to that. My reputation on here isn't particularly brilliant, but there's always hope. Anyway, the celebration, well, for those of you who've been following for a while, you'll know that I've been having a few health problems, and at last the oncologist has declared that the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy seems to have worked, and they've killed the beast. So as we speak at the moment, I'm actually cancer free, which is a good thing. Strange feelings, I don't know whether to laugh or cry, to be perfectly honest, but it's really good at the moment. So hopefully before the night's out we'll have some big kippers, because there's some really beautiful 30s in here which go up to mid 40s I think now. So anyway, I say the rods are out. I'm eager to get stuck in. Anyway, as always, you'll be the first to know. Cheers. Good morning. It was a quiet night, despite fish showing over the middle rod through most of the early evening. They weren't bubbling, they were just rolling on the top. They weren't going down and hitting the bottom, but absolutely nothing came of it, and nothing showed over the left hand rod or the right hand rod. But it's bubbling towards the middle rod this morning, but nothing's come from it. I've refreshed the middle rod, put a bit more bait out there, and hope things improve. I mean, the weather's perfect for it. It's overcast. It's still a bit of a southwesterly. It's not the warmest wind there is, but there's no reason why they shouldn't be feeding. Anyway, we'll keep plugging at it. Come on, these are doing a number. You can come again. Good grief. They are a breed apart, aren't they? Excellent, thank you, Dave. Right, stick the video on.
Well, Sherlock's got a funny accent.
What did you say it was? 27?
27.8.
There you go. First fish of the celebration trip. Much better than champagne, 27.8. Happy days, and it's starting to rain now. Quick flip. Happy days. Happy, happy days. Excellent. Let's get her back. Get some more. Since the capture of the 27, it has been torrential rain, and to be perfectly honest, I wimped out and went into the cottage. And if you follow me, behind me you should see the cottage. So I went in there and had a sandwich and a cup of coffee while the rain eased up, and came back out and put the rods out again for this evening. But we got blue skies and sunshine now. It's almost like summer, which makes a nice change. You better see the sun on the water now behind me. So fingers are crossed for tonight. I've got one right on the far side underneath the tree, which the bailiff told me to put one over there. I'll put one back on the spot where I had the fish this morning, and I've snuck one off to the right underneath the bushes on the near side bank. There's got to be fish under there. Anyway, as soon as it all kicks off, I'll be back. Good morning. Well, that was another quiet night fish-wise, but the rain was absolutely torrential throughout most of the night. We had a little bit of respite at first light, and then it's been absolutely tipping down ever since. And this is probably the first break. I don't know what time it is, 9:30 maybe. This is the first break in the rain, although it hasn't actually stopped. It's breaking the torrential rain. The fish have been showing. Been plenty of heads coming out around the baited area where I had the 27 yesterday. I think there's a bit of bubbling going on there out now, but nothing has materialised as yet. But fingers are still crossed. As we come up to bite time yesterday was 11 o'clock, so anyway, I'm putting this away because it's starting to tip down again. Catch you later. We've actually got a bit of sunshine. It looks a bit blue up there too. Things might dry out. It's still bubbling in places, but not where I put any bait in, sadly. Most of the bubbling's coming from somewhere, I'd say, right on the borderline between me and the other swim. But there you are, that's always the way, isn't it? Well, fortunately for my mental state, the wind's picked up a bit, so you can't see the bubbling anymore. There's been quite a few plumes coming up in a variety of places, some in my swim, some not in my water really. And the temptation is to chase them round the pool. but history tells me that's not worth doing it. Sit on your hands, trust in your rigs, which I've all caught before, trust in your bait, which I've caught on before, and wait for the fish to come to you. We haven't hit bite time yet, which was 11 o'clock yesterday. You've seen the bait before that I'm using, you've seen the rigs I'm using, we know they work. Just got to sit there and have confidence in what you're doing is correct. And if they are seriously feeding, they'll have it.
This old man, he played one, he played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling.
It's raining again, so we're stuck in a bivvy. And when it's raining, it is seriously raining. Well, it's now the last evening. No more fish to report, unfortunately. All the baits have been replaced, topped up, refreshed, whatever. And just hope that something will come through on the last night, if not first thing in the morning. There's been a few slicks coming up, but I've been fooled by that one before. Haven't seen any shows as yet, but sometimes they appear just before dark. Anyway, hopefully something will come through the night or first thing in the morning. Fingers are still crossed. Well, we've had a very quiet night again, although the slicks were coming up off the bait area on and off during the night. How do I know? Because I was awake most of the night. It was absolutely perfect. It was a nice, reasonably warm southwesterly blowing in quite strongly. Nothing, no shows or anything, until the first light this morning. A few heads started popping up, but I'm going to refresh the margin rod off behind me, and that'll be it until it's time to pack up and go. So let's get the boat out. Well, unfortunately we've come to the end of our time here at Cherry Lakes. No more fish to report, just that 127 pounder. There's been fish topping over the area this morning, but unfortunately hasn't produced any runs. So we've just got to get the bivvy down slowly, pack the rods away, and we'll be off home. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers for now. 1, 2, 3. This isn't going to be easy, is it?